One time for everybody out there, this is another episode of Nightcap Knowledge. Real talks, real solutions. Time to put the kids to bed, get your nightcap, or get you some water like I'm doing. High quality H2O. Either way it goes, it's time to put something on your brain, put something on your mental before you go to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Nightcap Knowledge. All right, Mr. Mac, we're going to go ahead and jump in. We jumping straight into it. Hey, buddy, look.
Hey,
man, look, we was having a good conversation off air. we in the background in the studio. And look, fella, look, hey, Cliff is in the comments. Cliff saying, what's the topic tonight?
we doing a recap for the day and then talking about upcoming events.
Yeah. So recap for today. Today was the last day that people could cast their ballot for the election in Mississippi specifically is what we're speaking to. So down here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, we had municipal elections. You know, Gulfport, we had a couple folk running for mayor. I'd like to say good evening to everybody that's out there, especially Miss Nita B. Nita B is speaking to us here. Good evening to Mr. Clifton Jeffrey. Good evening to all our folks over on Twitch, our folks on Black with No Chaser, and our nightcappers over at Nightcap Knowledge, all on Facebook. So, man, look, it's a great topic. It's one of those topics. Is like I told y'all last. I told you. So
right.
You can say that, or you can apply "I told you so" in a lot of various situations. So Mac, let's go ahead and do the mental health minute, and then we're gonna get into some of this "I told you so." And we'll do a recap on everything. You know, polls have closed across the state. You know, we got some results in, and then we'll throw some of that stuff up on the screen.
Right.
And you know, we're gonna do that. So Mr. Mac's mental health minute is right now.
So the mental health minute, I posted this in reference to the storm we've been having. You know, the weather been bad, and I talk about the 6 P's. And the 6 P's, depending on where you went to, what school and what organization, your P's might change. But the 6 P's is proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. And I was making that reference into the storm as we posted a flyer from Mississippi Move about things you should do. You know, Mississippi, they said if you don't like the weather, wait a minute, because it changes so much. But when you see the forecast that say for the next 5 days, they got the little umbrella and they got 80 to 90% chance of rain, you have to prepare. So you can use those same things for things that happen in just everyday life, and things that happen consistently that I need to prepare for. I need to make sure that I'm ready. Simple stuff like getting a good night's sleep before a long day. Me and Chuck were talking about earlier. The older you get, the more responsibility you have. You go on vacation. You don't need to come off vacation and go back to work. You need a day in between.
Right.
You need a day in between. So but that proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. And those type of things we talk about. Planning for events such as what we're doing, rise to the polls, things of that nature. If planning and everybody knows on the same page.
Yeah.
And how does that relate to mental health minute? Stress, anxiety, all that stuff, preparation. When you are more sure of what you're going to do and what you're capable of doing, you have less stress, you have less anxiety, if any, because you pretty much got it down to a T of knowing what you're going to do. And then your involuntary muscles kick in and you just know what to do. Bam, bam, bam. It happens. A lot of times, like I said, that involuntary, you have your mind set on going one direction. And because that's what you do normally, you end up going like, man, I meant to stop at the store. So sometimes but proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Some stuff that we've seen, if people told us about coming down the pipeline, whether it be politically or economically, and you don't act on it, and then you try to at the last minute, and then you sit there with a face long as a horse. So you got to do better. We got to do better. We got to pull the trigger on stuff and properly prepare for things that are yet to come when folks speak it. And just because we don't see it right now, no meaning it's not coming. So
right.
That's my 2 cent. And
definitely. So look, we got a couple things, Mac. And I look, I know about the 5 P, 12 P's, all of that. Piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance. Mm-hmm. Piss poor performance promotes pain. So you get the other side of it. The more you prepare, what the old folks say, man, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And matter of fact, we was at the other event in Utica. I was talking about the old truck, and that guy said, "Man," he said, "look at that truck." He said, "You ain't got no chain in that, do you?" I said, "No, but I got a tow rope." You have a vehicle that pretty much. And the one thing that he needed that I did not have, and I had just looked at in the store, and the line was too long, and I didn't get it, was a 3-ton jack. And I've been talking about getting the 3-ton jack for the longest.
Yeah, so, definitely for your vehicle.
I don't have nothing light, but that look, all this shit right here,
yeah,
it ain't doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing. No,
that ain't moving nothing.
Nothing.
You could be exercising. You gonna have your bicep when you're done.
It ain't gonna even touch anything.
Yeah,
not in the rim. It don't touch anything. So I got to get something that's higher. So for me, taking my own advice, I need to go ahead and pull the trigger and get the 3-ton jack, so I can be properly prepared.
There you go. And you gonna what? You gonna go to Harbor Freight or somewhere like that?
Yeah, wherever's a good deal. Sometimes you get the package 3-ton jack to come with the jack stands and creeper or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna keep my eye out. You got to have those type of things.
Yeah. Check out Harbor Freight, man. Check out Harbor Freight. So look, that's the mental health minute. You make sure you prepare, and then you don't get all that stress up on you. And then next thing you know, you got knots and things that I got some from traveling, and I had my neck pillow. So I went to Montego Bay and flew into Montego Bay, and then we took a van all the way over to Negril, and we hung out with our Jamaican cousins. From what was that, Tuesday all the way until Sunday. We made our way back this way, and started making our way back, and then we got back Monday morning about 1 a.m. So man, we had an awesome time. And you guys, I'm about to share some photos, but Shallon, she posted some pics. We had a good time, man. But I see you looking at your bar over there.
Yes, sir.
This is my bar tonight.
Yeah. You look, hydrate.
Hydrate. Most definitely. Now, so look, as you pick your beverage for the evening, you got the Gentleman Jack. Oh, you got Gentleman Jack Sour? Gentleman Sour? That's what this is?
I just got on the hat.
Okay.
I went through my bar box. I said, damn, I got a lot. The benefits of being a bartender and a DJ, we with so much stuff. And I was like, damn, I got all these hats, and I'm short on my Jack hats. Because I had a camouflage Jack Daniel hat that grew legs. I don't know where in the hell they went to.
I ain't got it.
Hey, well, you might be the only Q, but I need to check the Qs, because one of the Qs probably got my Jack Daniels hat.
Yeah.
But
or a hunter, outdoorsman.
Yeah. But I want a big shout out to our big brother, the living legend, Larry Leggett Obama Lincoln.
And look, man, I definitely want to do this, and we're speaking of events, and we can start talking about one of the events that we began in Jackson, Mississippi.
Get that apple in. The apple away, keep the doctor away. Apple a day, keep the doctor away. So
apple a day.
Get my apple.
Something like that. So I wanted to show some pics of the weekend.
Mr. Great Weekend?
Yeah. I wanted to bring some up, and I'm actually going to share that event link. Let's see.
Big shout out to Larry Leggett and Jack Daniels.
There we go. All right. I'm gonna bring up a couple of photos, but Mac, I want you to kind of dive into the conversation that we were having off air, where we were talking elected officials having foresight,
Yes.
um, or the wherewithal that gives them the foresight to forecast shit coming down the pipeline, to keep it as 100 as I possibly can, and to not sugarcoat it. But we're we're operating from a space where, all right, hey, we're the capital city, or we're the majority in this state. Let's operate like that. Let's think long term,
Yeah.
and do things that are going to set us up for success. Meaning that, going back to the mental health minute, when you prepare,
Yeah.
you don't have to rush and fumble and rumble. And as they say, we're gonna get the bag, flip it, and tumble it, and not get the bag and basically fumble it. And we got some folk that done fumbled a whole bunch of bags, to say the least. So, Matt, as I pull up just a few picks from Mississippi Greek Weekend, we're gonna discuss some of the election results as they're coming in, and I think we got one that that a lot of people have already probably heard about. But some of the lesser known places, some of the less, I guess, lower profile places in Mississippi that might have some races that we need to pay attention to. We'll bring those up on the screen.
Right. So we talk about some things that are coming down the pipeline. Now, I don't know who, we talk about events, upcoming events. So
yeah,
we're talking about the fall. There was,
and what we do in the fall, Mac? What we do in the fall?
Football season.
Football
right?
season. Mm-hmm.
So everybody's hyped. We didn't have a real quote unquote homecoming for Jackson State, with Coach Prime being his first year. So everybody's looking toward the fall.
Right.
So we are listening, and then we hear about this big event coming up.
Right.
And they just had a versus. This group just had a versus, and everybody and their mama, literally mamas, aunties, grannies, tuned in to watch it.
Right.
We're talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire coming to the state of Mississippi.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
They not coming to Jackson.
Where they coming to, Mac?
They coming to a smaller town. They coming to Brandon.
Hold on.
Brandon, Mississippi. Not Madison, not Jackson, not Gulfport, not Tunica. They're not coming to South Haven. They're coming to Brandon. Years ago.
So hold up, man. Hold up. What are you saying? What are you saying? So Brandon now has a facility that can host some events.
Yep.
They got a venue that can host Earth, Wind, and Fire.
If you can, Chuck, pull up on the other computer and look at the capacity of that. So what we heard was years ago, one of the city officials in the city of Jackson tried to get was recommending Jackson by creating their own amphitheater.
Yeah.
So that we could do stuff like that outside. Memorial Stadium does not belong to Jackson State. It belongs to the UMC. But they have, where it's connected, the UMC use their parking lot. I don't know all the legalities for anybody to try to come in. No, I can just know it does not belong to Jackson State. It does not own it. So where's the largest place we have? Well, in the city of Jackson, we have the Trademark Center in the Coliseum, but that's still the county. So the city of Brandon has an amphitheater. And I know folks were telling Jackson needed their own amphitheater. Because at one time they were talking about if the zoo moved, turning that into that type of atmosphere there. Right.
And for the record, the Brandon Amphitheater has a capacity ranging from 7,000 to 8,300.
So there was an announcement that Earth, Wind, and Fire, the elements. Now, if their name wasn't big enough, they had a versus against the Isley Brothers. And then it was rumored that they're going to go on tour or they were going to put an album together, and they just went through the roof. So the elements are coming to Mississippi. They're coming to Brandon. But guess what day they coming?
What day are they coming, Mac?
October 16th.
That date sounds really, really familiar.
Jackson State homecoming.
Say what?
They are coming on Jackson State homecoming.
Ain't no way by happenstance.
Jackson State homecoming. Now,
that ain't by happenstance.
For those of us that travel for out of state and you talking about making a big weekend, it might be good. And I know a lot of us know as we travel how the tax bracket and things work. But Jackson usually have its own events going on for Jackson State homecoming.
Events on top of events on top of events.
You announced in June that Earth, Wind, and Fire is coming on the 16th, and tickets go on sale June 11th. And people are already discussing, well, I'm only going to do homecoming events Thursday and Friday. I'm going to see the Elements.
I'm going to see Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Because again, a lot of us, we missed Prince. We didn't get a chance to see Mike.
Yeah.
You know, so we got folks like that that's in that category, that legendary category, that we don't often get a chance to see in the state of Mississippi. And when they come, sometimes we miss them. They're going to be here. They come to Brandon.
Hey, look, folks are they're going to get their Ubers. Ubering that weekend is a good idea. But that's not the point that we're trying to make. Like there's going to be some money to be made, right? Tons of bread is going to be made that weekend. But the point that we're trying to make is that just because you don't like the messenger doesn't mean that the message isn't worth hearing.
We said that same statement in reference to the money that the governor turned down when the president tried to give it to him.
The knife on this show cut both ways.
And so it's one of those situations. It's like somebody just come in your house, in your living room, and just took a big shit in the middle of your living room floor. That takes away from one of them. And now as a person that's hanging out, for me, it's great.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking about the city. Yeah, people are going to be here. People are going to stay. People are going to go. But and for me, I wish Jackson would have had that event. If it's going to be an event like that on homecoming, I wish Jackson would have had that event. Yeah,
man. Yeah.
And I don't know. It might be a Jackson State alumni that's behind it. I don't know. But I just know.
Look, I looked up the person or the people or the organization, Red Mountain Entertainment. I'm gonna, do some Facebook searches and we'll figure out who's behind it. But at the end of the day, I don't know about it. We're gonna see. We'll see. But all I'm saying is, matter of fact, let me just go ahead and look up Red Mountain Entertainment. Let's see, Red Mountain Entertainment. That looks like an organization out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
And Red Mountain does not have one person of color on their staff. In the POC. But yeah, Red Mountain Entertainment looks to be Lily pigment deficient.
Other words, it's a bunch of white folk.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and think about it. Earth, Wind, and Fire is one of those crossover bands. They got a large group of white folk. Everybody like Earth, Wind, and Fire. But the thing of it is, again, I've told folks about this before. They're gonna have the audacity to do it. We're gonna support it.
So here's okay. I'll put it like this. Mm-hmm. I remember, and this is me speaking about audacity. I remember being a young Tougaloo College Q, and somebody had the nerve to tell specifically me, all right. And they were wrong, and we've had conversations about it. I'm not going to, say anything about it. This is, y'all don't have a football team. Y'all shouldn't be throwing parties on Jackson State game weekends. I say, well, look, let's do this. Y'all take Saturday, we'll take Friday. Ain't no game on Friday. And what did I do? We beat the block, we packed out the building, and then the next day, we were throwing parties all the time. And then, things rolled outside of that, and then, Yard Boy starts to grow. And then next thing you know, we got a club over on that side of town, and then you got 4-5 DJs on that side of town. So look, man, you can dare somebody to do something, and they gonna do it. And if you give some person, some organization, some city an inch, the thing is, Jackson got to get. I said it last week. I am fully uninebriated. This is all water. Jackson got to get some big dick energy, big pussy energy, and y'all got to walk around. Y'all got to swing that thing. You got to stop operating like you are not the capital city. You have to get to the point to where you ain't giving no F's about it. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all the energy. It needs to be the energy that Kenny Stokes walks around with, but you got to be calculated. You see what I'm saying? Kenny, what's my man, the supervisor? Mac, you sent me that
you talking about David Archie.
Look, the confidence that David Archie walks around
with. Whether he was wrong or right.
Wrong or right.
Like, fuck it.
Come on, man. Come on. Tell me. You may not like the word. You may not like the word, or the words that I'm referring to. In terms of genitalia. And I'm not saying that to make anybody mad or anything.
Wait. Stop.
What?
Stop. I want you to stop.
But I'm making a point. The thing is,
I said, don't give no disclaimer.
I'm just saying the energy does not change. The confidence does not change. When you are sure of yourself, when you know who you are and whose you are, whether it's a city or whether it's a person, whether you're an organization, the regard, it matters not.
And what I was saying was, when don't back up. When you said because you said in your head, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. And don't say, I don't want. No, when it come out, that's what I'm saying, is that level of, you got to have a certain level of fuck it when you're trying to do certain things. And on a positive side, we've done a lot of stuff to benefit folks, which was non-traditional, and it would sound crazy, and we were like, fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. And and the thing is, what I'm saying, we got to unite. And one of the things I was saying, as soon as they announced that Coach Prime was coming, I said, everybody in the city got anything to do with entertainment and events, is it time for us to band together, lock up the weekends, and work together so that you can set your city on fire. And
some dummies that have control over certain venues. It's some dummies that, and this is me speaking now as a person that comes in the city and does a few things here and there. But as you saw a few moments ago, the Mississippi Greek Weekend, ever since it left Jackson, has still continued to grow. There's no question about Jackson being a place where things can happen. The thing is that this is not a coincidence that the city of Brandon does Earth, Wind, and Fire or Red Mountain Entertainment. It's not a coincidence. They're saying, what is the biggest collection or a group of Black folks outside of the state of Alabama, right?
Right.
With a facility,
right,
that has flights coming in from Dallas, Houston,
and we just got Southwest back.
You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that gotta play the long game. Me and McRae, we got up and we played chess. What was that? That was like maybe Saturday morning, Sunday morning before we were coming back. And I was telling him, man, look, you're thinking a couple steps. I say the better you get with chess, you're gonna be looking further down, 4 and 5 steps ahead. That's the way that not only that we have to operate in business, it's the way that cities have to operate. That's the whole reason why we do strategic plans. It's the whole reason why we have business plans. It's the whole reason why people say, what's your 2-year goals? What's your 5-year goals? What's your 10-year goals? And I don't know when that particular elected official said this. I don't remember what year. I know that it was said. I know that there have been a lot of people that we know personally that have told, you know, these city officials like, hey, bro, y'all need to get some people in here in these positions that actually know what they're doing and have lost their own money in these events, and stop just letting your whoever your partner is. And I don't know who's getting these contracts. I don't know who these people are anymore. If I did, I'd probably call them by their name. But all I'm saying is that when you have people who have lost their own money and they get a hold to some money and they're able to produce the type of event that they've already produced time and time again on and had successes and had these failures and learned these particular things, I guarantee you when they get a hold to some money where they can do it the way that they wanted to do it, it's gonna turn out right.
Yeah, you're gonna to it's I'm just trying to think right now of what group that you could bring that would top or match Earth, Wind, and Fire that hadn't been here already, you know. But I'm just saying, like, Earth, Wind, and Fire at this time while they on tour, after that verses, I'm like, it's perfect timing. And all that you got to do is play that verses back a couple of times or one time before.
That's your promo.
And that's the promo by itself. Buy you some ads. I mean, it's a great idea. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Shit, I know, but it's an amphitheater. I was like, man, how can we get in this thing and do something? But it's if it was planned like that, it'll be great, right? But it's not. It's not. Man. It's not one. Well, I don't know for sure, but we got to. It's just the whole point of the matter of it. When you start looking at the date, that you see that this date is the same date as Jackson State Homecoming.
I don't know. And look, we'll see. You know, more things will develop. We'll have more information to come out as the days go by. I mean, you know, those tickets, they go on sale on the 11th. The thing is, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. You telling me? I know people are going to go to see Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is me. I saw the Barcades for the first time in Jackson at Jubilee Gym, right? Yeah. All right. Frankie Beverly and Mays, I saw for the first time in New Orleans at Essence Fest. But Frankie and Mays them been to Jackson a number of times. I saw Prince at Essence Fest. The thing is, we know what bands to book, or we know. Here's the thing: Karamu DJs the gang, right? DJ Unpredictable. The songs that everybody sings is who you should be looking at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line in terms of concerts. All right, you can do this. You can have a person at the game with a little piece of paper, and you can say, all right, let's see what DJ Unpredictable gonna play. And you sit up there and you be like, oh, okay. They singing that one. Okay, all right, write that one down. Then you just keep on going, you keep on listening, and then you send another person to the nightclub, right? And then if you want to do your own research and you want to figure out, all right, like who should, and then when the DJ is able to do this right here, and all of the music go off, and everybody's still rapping, and you want to be able to figure out who to bring, that's that quantitative research thing.
Yeah.
And you can say, all right, we've done our research, and then you can take those names and then add them to a poll, and you can say, hey, Mississippi Move, we see that you guys are in the community, feeding people in all these different, corners of the city that, most people are afraid to go to. Hey, can you guys add this little survey to your block to block surveys or whatever you guys do with your little t-shirt stuff? And then the next thing you know, the whole thing is informed. You have the participation of community organizations, you got the participation of the DJs, and then you also have the buy-in from the community, because the community said, well, all right, we want earth, wind, fire. We want Tucker, or we want, I don't know who else. All of the blues shows that pack out every weekend.
Yeah. Blues. Hey man, blues taking over. Blues taking over.
Get the biggest blues names, and do a spring blues bash. Well, all I'm saying is all them folk gonna be out there in an open air theater. That's what an amphitheater is, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be out there in the open. What's wrong with the stadium?
Hey, yes, man. I just, the thing is, now what you could possibly do, and I don't know if this is a good idea, is come up with a big name for Jackson. But I wouldn't do it on that Saturday. I would do it on that Friday.
Yeah.
Simply because some people are going to come into town to see Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
But if you could do it in a location,
because they're gonna stay somewhere. Here's the thing. With a name like Earth, Wind, and Fire, people are going to stay as far as Hattiesburg, south. Hotel rooms, because Jackson State homecoming,
already packs it out.
It already pack out the city. So folks are going to stay as far as Hattiesburg, and you can basically put that hour radius around.
And people are going to stay as closest to the stadium or the performance area as possible. So Brandon is about to see a super influx.
Yeah.
About to see a super influx. But, so look, where were we at? We at 932.
Yeah. So this is what we're going to do.
That horse is dead. We can get on to the next thing.
Yeah, let's bring up some of these election results as we spoke to earlier. I think the first one we're gonna bring up is the municipal general elections from the city of Jackson, or right now I have the Jackson mayor. So it's showing that 69.3% of all votes cast for the mayoral race in Jackson, Mississippi, has Antar Lumumba as the clear winner, with Tannehill, Reeves, and Laudry and Wells, bringing up the rear behind old Mayor Antar Lumumba. So that's let me refresh this, because I brought this up a while ago. So this actually may be speaking of Brandon, look at that. Brandon, 79% of all votes cast. That's 2,000 votes, huh?
Lee won, huh?
Yeah, Lee won out there.
Yeah. And
then what else you got? Let's see. You got the Alderman Ward 1, Brandon Crane. So it looks like Crane ran. Was that independent? Because there's no D or R by Crane's name. I wonder what the makeup or the population in Brandon Ward 1 looks like. Brookhaven, you got Cox. That was pretty close race. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, man.
Talking about
76, 14, 56.
I don't know. Is that 50 plus 1?
No, don't look like it.
That's right.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a recount on that one, with it being that close.
Right.
So shout out to those two candidates that ran. Looks like pretty solid races for it to be a dead even. Almost. I mean, you separated by 20 votes, so we'll see about that. Let's keep on scrolling down. Looks like, man, they had a lot of aldermen in the race. Brookhaven Chief of Police has the campaign down there. Look at that. Collins, 76% of the vote. You got Chief of Police being an elected position. So
there's still several municipalities in the state of Mississippi that has elected chief.
Yeah, not many.
No,
but look at this. Byram for mayor, you have White.
He back
with
in
31.5% of the vote. Yeah, but the thing is, this is what I'm saying. How many people live in Byram? And we had a conversation about this.
Yeah.
How many people live in Byram versus the number of votes actually cast? You got 1,000. You say 1,100 votes, 1,150. If you can get 2,000 people out in Byram, you can be the mayor. Hey, anything's possible.
Go back up, Chuck.
Jack the vote. What? Alderman at large. Oh, that's that a girl? That's the professor? Yeah. Okay. Look, that's what I was looking for. I passed right by it.
Yeah. All right. I saw it.
59.4% of the vote. Professor Dr. Harris Allen, 939 votes. Yep. So she ran a solid race. She got that right there, man. And she was a guest right here on Nightcap Knowledge. So I think we need to bring Doc back on, man.
Yeah, she need to talk about it.
Yeah.
What we got next? Let's see.
All right, let's see. We got Alderman Ward 1, Byram. That one's not necessarily clear, but Johnson versus Stingley. They'll probably be, counting those votes again right there. Alderman Ward 5, Gibson got that one over Bentley. Ward 6, Byram, Moore, and Carson. Moore got 53% over Carson's 47%. Canton Mayor, Dr. Truly versus Matthews. Dr. Truly got 68.2% up out there in Cantown. Shout out to
Cantown,
D.O. and
J.
And my LB Rashad J. Johnson. Worked at Piggly Wiggly. He got fired from Piggly Wiggly while we was online too. Sorry about that. Clinton Mayor Fisher brings it in over Cronin. So 60% of the vote out there with basically 2,600 votes. Fisher's got that one. Alderman at large in Clinton, Garrett over McQuarter. And is that a McQuarter from Tougaloo? That's
the recorder. I think that's the recorder that used to be the supervisor, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Oh, okay. All right. Alderman Ward 1, Godfrey over Robinson. Ward 2, Martin over Little. Ward 3, this is still Clinton, Barnett over Alexander. And Will Banks and Warren out in Ward 4. Will Banks got it with 79% of the vote. Ward 5, Clinton, Oliver over Ayers. And Alderman at large, they haven't quite got any of those votes in. Flowood, and nothing on Flowood, but here's Jackson Mayor again, and this was 4 minutes ago. So 69.3%, 13,000 votes. Mayor Antar Lumumba gets another stab at getting it right in Jackson. Here we go. City Council Ward 3.
Ooh, buddy.
Stokes. Hey, Stokes, like I said earlier, Stokes walking around with all the confidence in the world. And whether he right or whether he is wrong, he's still going to roll with what he believes.
2,000 votes, baby. They came out.
2,000.
Ward 3 has spoken.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. Ward 6. Is that Aaron Banks right there?
Yeah, that's Aaron Banks. Yeah.
88%. Looks like Ward 6 has spoken.
Yep, they back in it.
Yep.
Old Banks back in it.
Ward 7.
Lindsay pulled out.
And Keller. Lindsay over Keller. That's 82% of the vote, man. Look, Ward 7 done spoke. Look, we're getting into Madison. You got Alderman at large Madison and Strain over Jackson. Alderman at large Pearl McHenry over Moore. And Pearl, that's a three-way one right there. Thompson, Harvey, and Spurgeon. Thompson gets it.
Must be independent.
Independent, right? Ridgeland, look at here. Nothing in Ridgeland. Nothing in Ridgeland. Vicksburg. Old George Flags. 67% of the vote. So the Flags run independent?
He did. He did.
Okay. Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look, let's bring up a couple from down here in South Mississippi, the Mississippi Gulf Coast, to be more specific. Let's see.
I think Bart laughing at you about Shar J getting 5 from Pickett with me.
Hey man, it's the truth. It is the truth. So check out some of these municipal election results from here in the Mississippi Gulf Coast, South Mississippi. Looks like somebody that I know, Felix Gines, he pulled it out with 78% of the vote. That's Ward 2 over there in Biloxi. Diamond Head, which is a city of houses, like there's nothing else. Republican is very, very heavily Republican led, and it stays that way at the city council level. They had some referendums over there that they were voting on. Let's see. They want to have a separate water district. Do you favor the consolidation of the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District into the city government and eliminate the need for a separate water and sewer district within the city? They said no, we do not support that. They want to keep it the way that it is. All right, well, they want the consolidation of Diamond Head Fire Department into city government and eliminate the need for fire district within the city of Diamond Head. Okay, well, I don't live in Diamond Head, so I'm not sure what the qualm and who brought that up, but it is what it is. D'Iberville is a city that's pretty close to me. D'Iberville is kind of split down the middle at times. It looks like right now, and this young lady right here is actually an AKA. She ran independent. She's in the same chapter that Shallon is in. And she only got 97 votes for that Ward 3. So and you get 200 votes over there, man. I'd be interested to see, what the population of that ward is, but I mean that's only 300 some votes. But if you know how to cut turf and you know where the people are, but hey, that's for us people that do that kind of stuff. My city, Billy Hughes, Republican. I really didn't see Howard Page having truly a chance down here on the coast. Billy Hughes, realtor, has sold a lot of people houses and has been in the mayoral seat for quite a while. He's probably one of the most popular mayors along the coast. Him and Fofo Gillage, that's Biloxi's mayor. So Billy Hughes, I didn't see him being unseated. So that's about right. But these city council Ward 2 and Ward 5, I mean, you can see those were fairly close, man. Usually on the wards down this way, if you're a good person and you can get the people in your and not even get, but if the people in your ward actually know you and they know who you are and what you're about, then you can really run a good race. Now I'm out in the county, so the supervisor races are usually what I like to pay attention to. But there's one more that I would like to point out. Moss Point mayor. There's been a lot of stuff in Moss Point has had, so much at that mayor seat. So as you can see, they've got a new mayor in Billy Knight. I don't know much about Billy Knight, but I'm sure my Moss Point Tougalooans and all my folks from Moss Point over there are happy to see that they got a new mayor. Hopefully, Billy Knight does a good job at getting things in order and cleaning up some of the missteps and repairing those relationships between the mayor's office and the alderman. So because it was a lot of bad blood between the previous mayor and the alderman over there in Moss Point. So I'm looking forward to seeing great things from Moss Point, Mississippi, and their newly elected mayor, Billy Knight. But look, 1,900 votes. Yeah. Ocean Springs, that's a big city down here on the coast. Heavy Republican. I mean, like, if it was a shirt, it would be RAF.
Wow.
Republican as fuck. Yeah.
Right.
As Christian, it's about the same thing. It's a lot of us over there. And I'm saying us, like, our people, the people that look like us. I think Past Christian has a superintendent that looks like us, along with Ocean Springs. So, it just depends, what the position is. I think I had some folks tell me that certain people run, or in the past have run as Democrat, and then they flip to to Republican. So once they get into office, they'll change party.
They need to be, and of course, the powers that be look the way they look. So there's no urgency to change that. But I don't think that's fair that people support you based on one thing and then you switch.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I wanted to get a few from South Mississippi, like the area that Sabir typically works.
That Hub City area.
A lot hadn't come in, man. They got some stuff that came in from Beaumont and Purvis and Ellisville, but those typically aren't the areas that we're working. So let me try to search it to see if we got a couple in.
And see if Holmes kind of got some stuff ready, because we know it's rough up there.
Hold on. Let me I'm gonna bring up Hub City right quick, and let's see. Okay, there we go. Toby Barker, independent. He got back in there, 82%. People like Toby down there. And I'll just leave it at that. City Council Ward 1, Jeffrey George. City Council Ward 3, Carter Carroll. Ward 4, Dave Ware. Okay, so Hattiesburg got some things in motion down there. I'm interested to see. They've done some really cool things in the past 2 years. They got a really nice New Year's Eve celebration where I don't know what they dropped, but they dropping something. They got DJ Cujo to DJ it, and our crew, Mike Swift, he ran the sound. Yeah. So they're definitely using local folk to do the events and activities. So Toby Barker seems to be doing pretty well to have 82%, or for people to vote him back in there. So we'll see how things shape up in the Hub City. And then Mac, you said we're gonna look at
down Holmes County bound
L-Town.
What we got going on in there?
Where's my search? All right, let's see. All right, here we go. All right, no, there ain't nothing coming up. I'm sorry, Mac.
Oh no, our counting process is a little bit different.
Yeah. So with that being said, Mac, we're gonna, we'll roll back next week and see what Holmes County, Lexington, Mississippi,
what the results were. You got a couple of races up there.
Yeah,
a couple of races up there, man.
Well, man, so look, we've got some things that we've put on people's mind. I know one of the things that I definitely want to highlight or bring back around for everybody to think about is this. Sometimes you just need to hear the message, regardless of the messenger. And the people, old folks say, out of the mouths of babes and all of that. But sometimes, and this is more specific to the work that we do, sometimes the message may come from a person that doesn't necessarily look like they got it all figured out, or like they have all of it going on for them. Like they don't have everything in motion. And I'm rolling back into the brother Quincy that I mentioned to you. When we did the breaking bread during Greek weekend, right. I didn't see Quincy that Saturday, which concerned me. So I got to go back down there and I got to check on Quincy, because Quincy was spreading a message that if we don't clean up Highway 49, nobody else is going to clean up Highway 49. A lot of people roll by that coffee shop. Shout out to Coast Roast downtown Gulfport. They roll by that coffee shop, and you talk about like people being the unofficial mayor, and Quincy's out there, and he's spreading the gospel. He ain't out there Bible thumping, but he's saying like, look, I know that I'm blessed to see this day. I know that there's a reason for God having me here, and all the folks that I saw, and all I'm doing, I'm just sitting back. I'm doing like this. I have my coffee cup, and I'm just paying attention to the number of people that as they ride by, they, throwing their hands up to Quincy. Hey, Quincy. Quincy, what's up, brother? How you doing? All of that. People don't speak to nuisances. So Quincy's not a nuisance. Quincy rolls in every morning, passes on a message of encouragement to all the folks that pass by there. He cleans up rides a bike up and down Highway 49, picking up trash. Now, I don't know why, but it ain't my business to pry. Now, if Quincy wants to share with me that day, why he's homeless or what have you,
right?
That's between Quincy and his decision. But the thing that I'm giving all this information is to say that sometimes the best message is not going to come in the best wrapping paper.
Right.
Sometimes it's not wrapping paper at all.
No, it's going to come raw. A lot of times it's going to come raw, and it's going to come in a way that you don't want to hear it and don't want to receive it. For us, Ricky Smiley talked about it, and a lot of folks talk about it, and people coming back about judgment. I don't want to hear all that bullshit. We always talking about these raggedy ass what they call them damn thing they wear on their head all the time.
The bonnets?
The bonnets. Yeah. And shit like that, about a certain level of standard, and that, as a people, we're too comfortable being in Walmart, grocery store. You got on pajamas, you got on house shoes, you got on your sleep. You just really just roll out of bed, and Jay, she got a picture of a lady in the goddamn grocery store with the children. They all got on pajamas. She got on a whole goddamn bathrobe, pajamas, and bonnet. and the daddy got on fully dressed.
Yeah.
Now, as a daddy, you're not leaving out the house looking like that. And you damn, what I'm saying? At what point do you just say, this is what we're going to do? And again, folks will be out of their feelings about it because we have gotten so comfortable with a new standard. And then talking about, we're judging people. No, sometimes you need to have that level of accountability. Say, hey, you ain't, nope, that ain't right. You don't need to wear that. You need to carry yourself better than that. And you took it how you wanted to take it. But she was right. Because we've talked about that. Motherfuckers just don't care. You out here, and then some
Mm-hmm.
folks, they look, they smell just like they look. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't put no rag to your ass. You ain't done nothing. And you out here wrong. And we're not talking about our brothers and sisters that don't have any better. We're talking about folks that just don't want to do better. And it becomes too comfortable. And you talking to, and for me, I'm ready for anybody that got anything to say. Because you're talking to somebody that for the first 12 to 13 years of our life, we didn't have running water. And before we went to town, my grandma and my uncle would put on their best and present themselves with their best to just go to town and the doctor's office.
Yeah.
And you got 2 bathrooms and you bring your ass out the house looking like you looking. Ain't no excuse.
Yeah.
Ain't no excuse. I don't even want to hear it. And people say, oh man, well, people, listen, you can get a goddamn boil of water and get it hot and pour it in a tub and wash your ass.
Yeah, man.
There's no excuse for that, but it's acceptable. And we keep making excuses, and our standard continue to drop lower and lower and lower in how we present ourselves and carry ourselves.
And I want to make sure that folks know that the brother that I'm speaking about, for his situation, he is well kept.
Correct.
And
we seen brothers and sisters like that here, right? You can't tell.
He's well now. If you look long enough, you like, You know, and we know he homeless because we sit there and talk to Quincy. But it's other folks out there that just, you know, want to look past him. And that's not what don't look past a message that might change your life. And I think certain cities and organizations and groups of people continue to look past certain people and organizations and groups. And there might be the partnership, the collaboration that might change the trajectory of where you going collectively, whether it be as a city, community, or organization. You're looking past the message that might change how things are happening. You might be doing okay, but if you had just sat for a moment and said, well, you know what, let's get together with these folk. I'm going to stop some. When you're saying something told me to stop, typically that's God telling you that, you know what, it might be something over there for you to do.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a reason why you end up in certain spots. And then and sometimes it's a reason why you end up leaving certain spots. And I
when
never
the traffic is bad, and things are slowed down, hey, pay attention.
I'll never forget the words from one of the guys when I was still working in the facility at night. And I was like, man, you know, I like being right with, you know, with the children, you know. He said, but man, he said, you don't even see them no more. And I thought about, I said, yeah. I said, you know what? I said, I really don't. Like, I really don't get a chance to see them and interact with them like I used to.
Yeah.
So it was like, you're right. You know, it's one of those things. And let me say this too. I think I was in the same boat when we were talking about that level of standard. If I wanted to, my wife ain't coming. She's not gonna let herself come out the house like that. When you know, certain well, that's even if I say, hey, come on, let's go. She's not. She's gonna say something wrong with me because she's not gonna do it. Secondly, when I pick my daughter up, because sometimes it's in the wee hours of the morning, when she get out and get to the gas station, if she got to go to the gas station, she ain't wearing that button in there. You can sleep in it in the car, but the damn button stay in the car. And we talking about creating that certain level of standard for ourselves,
right?
And having that same understanding of not making excuses and hearing the message. And then when you talk about Quincy, I can't help for putting a point one Easter. I said, just think of it if there was a revolutionary organizer that were going against the grain, and he was trying to educate people of, you know, he was considered to be a radical, and he was trying to educate folks over a different way, and he was doing things that other folks didn't want to do, talking to people who they told him he should not talk to.
Yeah.
You know, what would you think about that? And I said, we did. It's the same as they said that happened with Jesus, right? So you have someone that does not look the part that you consider to be in your eyes, but their action speaks. You know, where they are, where they are located, the folks that they talk to, the folks that they interact with, are the ones who we talk about that actually need it, and it got to go to where the people are. That's something we always said. You have to go to where the people are. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's at the park. I don't care if it's at a concert. You have to go to where the people are set up already. It's easier to reach them on their level. You know, brothers like Chloe and Better Men Society, they're hitting the gas stations late at night while they out there parking lot pimping. You know, they're going to where the people are. You know, when we're doing this stuff, when we're doing the feeding, when we get that information, we go to where the people are. Right. And we go to the areas, and the folks look at you and they catch you off guard and catch them off guard when you speak to them and offer them some. And nothing in exchange. And they keep saying, well, I ain't got no money. You know, it's free, brother.
Man, we ain't asking for no money, bro.
You know, it's free. And they just catch them off guard. You know, I got a list of brothers I met in the park that I was supposed to be assisting. And I got to get back to assist those brothers. And it's not just it's like helping them get an ID, you know. Helping them get the stuff that they need to help them be able to stand on their own. And those we're talking about. So that's part of the stuff we're going to do with our summer program, right?
Yeah.
we still caught between the name. Hopefully next week we'll be able to drop the full Mississippi Move summer program.
Yeah.
But just to say this, we are building on Freedom Summer type project, whatever the name may be. We know the original Freedom Summer was about voter education, voter registration, the ability to be able to cast your vote, but we are still building on that now. We'll continue to do voter registration, but we're adding life skills and feeding and reading and combining a lot of our other forefathers and heroes and the work that they have done in the community. And we're trying to do that in a 2-month span of setting the foundation. Yep. And my dog keep barking. That's why I keep looking over. and so, you know, there was a little meme that was showing about how the dog be barking and he trying to tell you something important. And we was like, shut up, dog, because the dog be barking. But like the dog is barking for a reason. The dog sees something, hears something.
Hey, Zach Daniels been back there barking for a minute, bro.
I know. And you can hear him loud and clear. I'm like, he is barking, but whatever he's barking at, you know, as long as he's barking, that means he's all right. And as long as, apparently whatever it is, it ain't made to my back door yet.
It ain't moved very far.
Yeah.
But if it makes it.
Oh, I just need, if I hear his bark change, I got your back, Jack. Literally, I got your back. I don't think you can hear me saying it. Move, dog. Move, dog.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been another episode of Nightcap Knowledge. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, checking in with us. Want to remind y'all about a couple of things as we get ready to get out of here. The Mississippi Black Business Expo, Saturday, August 21st, 2021, 12 to 5 p.m. at the Jackson Convention Complex. We've got Sabir's done an update. Got some new stuff on the website. Got folks rolling in their registration. So if you need to update your listing, log on to MississippiBlackPages.com to reserve your space today. We're running low. I'm just telling y'all that now. We're running low, so get ready to get that space. If you're trying to launch your business this summer, this is a great time, great location, great opportunity to do so. Of course, we're moving Mississippi forward. All gas, no brake. Mississippi Move, baby. All gas, no brake. We pushing Mississippi forward. We're going to push you forward, and we bring you along with us. So at the end of the day, we're going to do what we're going to do while we can do it. And then when we can't do it, we're going to pass it on to the next generation. And that's what we're doing with the summer program. So if you want to donate to Mississippi Move, head on over to msmove.org. And we promise your donation will be used to move Mississippi forward. All gas, no brake. Matt, we'll see you.
Peace. Big shout out to Mike and Jordan Transportation Services for helping us out as always. Big Mike, Mr. Jordan, appreciate you guys.
Tune in every Tuesday at 9 p.m. for Nightcap Knowledge. Put the children to bed, get your adult beverage, and get ready. Nightcap Knowledge is rated black and uncensored and hosted by a longtime community organizer and entertainment professional, Mr. Mack and DJ George Chuck. Real talk, real issues, real solutions. Nightcap Knowledge on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Tune in and share.